Alrighty, so I just got to Maui and I have a good excuse being here because Zasha, one of the best investors in Maui, if not the best,
Thank you.
is here. So we are networking out here and I wanted to ask her a few questions and continue my networking. Zasha, do you want to start off with just introducing yourself a little bit?
Aloha, my name is Zasha. I live and invest on Maui. Right now, I own 10 properties. I have 4 flips going on and continuing to network and really expand my knowledge on multifamily and get into commercial.
There we go. And bear with me, the AC is not going on in here because it's a little loud. So if I'm looking like I'm sweating, Zasha's a little bit more used to it than me. But so the first question I wanted to ask Zasha was there an epiphany on when you decided to pursue real estate and that was that was what you're gonna do?
Well, every day at my job while I was working, we would always, kind of talk to each other, each of my coworkers, about quitting our jobs and, going all into something that would build our wealth. And when I started really looking into it, I found that real estate was the number one way that people got wealthy, and it was attainable because I already had my own home and I could pull equity out of there. So that's when the epiphany kind of happened to where this could be something that I do on the side. So I actually started investing on the side while having my full-time job.
There we go. And I want to add on to that a little bit because similar to Zasha, the reason I was really intrigued by real estate was seeing other people and the success and the freedom that they have. But also in some of my videos, I talk about why people think real estate is like the get rich quick scheme or get in real estate, it's easy money. And I can say that's far from the truth. Zasha, is it easy money?
It depends on your strategy. So there's different strategies. However, the strategy that I wanted to go into is long term. So it's not particularly easy money. And even when you say it doesn't take any money, when you go and find leads, if you're door knocking or driving for dollars, that as well takes gas money, but it takes a lot of time. So when you define easy, you either have to put in some money or you have to put in some time. So it's not a get rich quick, but there's ways that you can do it with either or.
Yeah. And that's, I guess, more about what I'm saying is you can build money quickly, but it's not going to be easy at all. You're going to have to throw rats out of a house. You're going to have to call 100 people a day. Whatever route you go, it's not going to be easy. And I can assure you that, as Zasha can say the same. But the other question I wanted to ask is what was your first deal and how did you find it?
My first deal I found on the MLS. I had contacted an agent, let them know what my criteria was, and they had pointed out a listing that had been on the market for a while. And so we put in an offer that was really low. They countered only $5,000 above, and so we kind of jumped on that, and that was our rental, and that we used the bird strategy on.
Cool. And how do you find your deals now? Is it a similar model?
No, so now all of our deals come from referrals, our network. People reach out to me and let me know that things are coming onto the market, or they drove past a house, or their friend or family member might be going through something. So all of my deals definitely are through other people that I know or who know me. So that's a really good way to get started as well, as expand your network. Of
course. And similar to me, my first 2 deals, the first one was on Zillow, but it was off market on a for sale by owner. Just because I had that visualization, I didn't have to go find it myself. And my second one, the value add in Snohomish, was on the MLS, and we did a similar situation where we just threw a lowball offer because it was on the market for so long. So, and now where I'm at, I only deal with off market. So, off market is usually the way to go. You just have to learn how to get those, whether it's your market, whether it's sourcing them yourself, but that's where the money comes into play. So another question I want to ask is, what is your secret sauce to networking? And before Zasha goes into this, I pride myself in being a good networker, and I'm always reaching out to people. I'm always trying to go to events, and I had some pride going into it, and then I see Zasha's profile and she is killing it. She's talking to whoever she wants to, the big dogs, having these amazing conversations, these collabs. So I want to know the secret sauce as well as my followers. What is the secret sauce to networking?
I think genuinely reaching out to people prior to asking them for something is a great way to build rapport and connection with that person. I oftentimes, engage with them, comment on their posts, or reach out to them and say, hey, I hope everything's going well and I really admire you. So just sending little encouraging messages, even if you don't know that person, or supporting them by buying their book, or if they have a guide or a program or coaching program, definitely adding value to them that way monetarily, or just through your supportive words is a great way to make a connection with them.
Of course. And Zasha talked to me a little bit about, before this conversation, of treating them like you would a seller. So you want to understand their needs, and treat them as someone that you actually care about, not just someone you're trying to gain something from. Okay, so Zasha, the last question that I want to ask you, that I think will be helpful to my followers. If you are interested in real estate and you're just now trying to get started, what advice would you give?
The main thing is learning about it and getting the basics down, and then networking, because you don't want to go to a networking event or meet other experienced investors and not know what you're talking about. You don't have to know everything, but just the basics of investing. And then of course, get out there to meetups, go meet some local investors, link up with people that are doing what you want to do and offer support or offer help. And you can learn the most that way, especially if you're wanting to invest in the market that you live in, it'll be a lot easier to get that experience directly from another investor.
Yes, that is perfect. I don't want to add anything onto that because precise, concise, perfect. Well, thank you so much, Zasha, for taking the time, and it was great to meet you out here in Maui. Hopefully we'll do this again soon.
Thank you.